The current event I will be talking about today is Hurricane Sally. While it affected a vast majority of the United States, I will be focusing mostly on Alabama and the Gulf area. My sources for this are in APR, the Alabama Political Report, and CNN. This hurricane made landfall in the early morning of Wednesday on September 16th, 2020. It was a devastating hurricane for the entire Alabama, Florida, Georgia area. However, once it went inland, it tore through Alabama. During this hurricane, there was a ton of floods and record-breaking rainfall. There were tons of flash flood warnings all throughout the state of Alabama, and as well as Georgia and Florida during this time. There are many reasons that hurricanes can form. However, for this particular one, the scientists believe that global warming is the perpetrator for this one. It is the 8th one that we have had this year, which is almost setting a new record for the most hurricanes in the Atlantic hurricane season. The most hurricanes were in 1916, and it was at 9. So one more and we will reach that. So a hurricane, however, can be formed when warm ocean water heats the air. This air evaporates and starts to spin. Once it gets to a certain height, it begins to cool and condense. This starts the process of forming cumulonimbus clouds, which are giant clouds that have a lot of water and a lot of pressure. So these intense low pressures will suck air and make very strong winds, which will help the air spin, and you eventually have a huge hurricane on your hands. There was plenty of damage during this hurricane. There currently are no changes being made because they're still technically in the recovery stage. Even as we speak, they're trying to get everything back in order, but the people for the surrounding area are working together to try and get everything back to the way it was. And many people were displaced and have tons of water damage in their homes. So they are still working with the local officials to get everything back into order. So we will see how this pans out.